Hey everyone, today I'm going to be learning Jacqui. When I first saw her trailer come out and they did that explanation on the NRS stream for it a few months ago, I really liked the look of her, and then I realised that, well, I found out in that video that she had something that looked similar to dash cancelling, so I immediately decided I wasn't going to play her because my execution is garbage. But I've played a couple of Jacquies recently and they seem really fun, and I've been watching some videos of her online. So yeah, I'm going to try her out because she sort of seems like a James character. She's very rushed down. She's got a few good strings that she has, a few cool looking special moves. She's got a few cool mechanics that are specific just to her as well in the game, which is cool. I think she has the coolest fatal blow in the game. So yeah, we'll go through we'll just do what you usually do, go through all the moves, special moves, normals, and then I've already practiced a couple of combos, so I'll spare you me dropping combos for 40 minutes. I mean, I probably will still drop it, but yeah, it'll be better. Yeah, I thought it would be better to practice a bit first with just the combos, just in case. So yeah, so we might as well get started. So we have quick jab, that's a standing one. Why did you get punched? You should be blocking. Wait, did she block it? Oh, she did block it. Oh, she's going mad. Okay, so standing one is -2. That's good. And that's 7 frames, so that's a fast standing one. I mean, in this game, so a little bit of history about her. She was introduced in MKX. However, I think she might have been the most hated character in the game because I'm recording this on my stream, by the way, so if you see me glancing to the side, it's just because I'm looking at chat. Yeah, in the last game, she was very much a zoning character, so she would stand full screen, and she had these wrist gun things, and she'd just shoot you from full screen, basically, and if you couldn't get, especially online when you're playing with a million ping, trying to get through that sort of zoning is a miserable experience, to say the least. So, what they've done is, and sort of probably as an FU to the people that complained about her, they've brought her back in the game, but they've made her the exact opposite. So instead of being a zoning character, in this game, she doesn't have, I mean, this is her fireball in this variation that I'm using. So, I mean, compared to a full screen machine gun blast, yeah, this is one of her, this isn't her default costume, this is one that I unlocked in the crypt. Yeah, this is a really cool costume. That's another reason why I thought I'd play her. I've unlocked so much stuff for her just from running around the crypt. I was like, meh, well, I've got all her gear. I need to unlock some cool intros and outros, though. Yeah, so, in this game they've made her fully rush down, and she's going to have a lot of moves and stuff to complement that, which is why she's got a 7 frame jab. -2 on block. Back 1 is an overhead. I mean, that's quite slow, and it's super minus, but it knocks them back if they block it, so probably that would be quite difficult to punish, but that's good to have as a normal. Any character with an overhead, you know, it makes the mix-up game a bit more dangerous. So that's back 1, forward 1, this little jab, that's -2, 11 frames start up, down 1, -3, standing 2, it's 10 frames, but it's +1. So that's interesting. You'll probably see that a lot of her moves are plus because her game plan is to just get it up in your face and do loads of pressure and make the opponent scared to press buttons. So it makes sense that would be plus. It's back 2. Little hot move. Looks like it's got decent range. It's a mid as well, but it's -10, so it's not safe. I mean, that's really far range if you see. And it looks like the hitbox is actually a little bit further than. So when she does a little pulse, can you see? Let's move, go far back. So it's not actually where her hands end, it's where the electric on her gauntlets end, which is why it looks like it goes further than it does. That's interesting. Forward triangle is this uppercut. High, -14. Guess that'd be an anti-air. Looks like quite a good anti-air. Down, Oh, see, that's the uppercut. -7. Side kick is X. It's 9 frames. -10. Toe jam. Lol. Wonder if they play toe jam and L. That's her back 3. So standing 3 is -10. Back 3 is -7. So that's unsafe. Let's just go through the rest of the moves. Cancel. The move is called mix up. So forward 3 is this kick. 9 frames. -2. So this kick is Jacqui's most feared button, I think, because this is the start to a lot of her pressure, which I'll show you later on when we get to the string section. It's got quite a decent range. It's safe on block, so you want to be sticking that out as long as you're not going to get punished by it. Anything, because it's 9 frames startup. Down 3 is this little kick. It's unsafe, but it's quite fast. Also 9 frames. Heel strike. It's her 4. It's high. It's quite slow. -8. The mix up. So this is her back 4. It's a 2 hitting sweep, which in of itself is unusual. I mean, it's called the mix up. So okay, so if you just press back 4, you do both animations. If you press back 4 and then press L2 quickly, it cancels it and makes it -3. So if you let it go, it's -14. But if you cancel it, it's -3. So that makes it safe. So you can almost hit confirm it. That's interesting. That's cool. This is what I mean about her having cancel. I don't think any other character in the game has the ability to cancel normals like she does. So I mean, it's called the move is called the mix-up. So it tells you what they want you to do with it. Forward 4 is a roundhouse. Actually, that looks like it could be a good anti-air. She steps forward slightly and does a fast kick. -9. That is unsafe though. And then her down 4. Not massive range, but yeah, -8. That's unsafe, but I think you'd be unlikely to get punished from that far away. Okay, so a variety of good normals. Get some good frame data on her moves. Nothing too extreme. I think just that is something, and her overhead, which I think is back 1. Yep. So yeah, she's got some interesting normals. Let's check her strings. So this is where we start getting into the real Jacqui Briggs for MK11. So she's got 2 variations. There's one that's just got these weird sort of anti-air dives and stuff. But then there's this variation which has, so the command normals and the cancelable strings are specific to the, I think it's called first round KO. I can't be bothered to change the names, but her tournament variation is called first round KO. So they're specific to the first round KO spec. And what that means is that you see these strings, a lot of them, if you go down, Ground Recon, United with 4, True Hero, and I think there's another one later on, they can be cancelled. So I'll show you what that means. We'll just go, as we go down, I'll show you what that means. So in this spec, she's got those cancelable moves. She's got a clinch, which looks like a grab, but it's not. I'll show you that in a minute. And then she's also got a throw break special. But I'll show you all of that when we get to the moves. But I just wanted to give you a brief overview of what exactly this variation has. So 1-1. 1 is 7 frames, so I think that's probably just her quick start. Oh, that's +2 on block, so that's interesting. So this is where we start getting into it. So 1-1-2 is this. It's a 4 hitting string actually, but it's not. It's only 3 buttons. 1-1-2. But if you press 1-1-2 and then cancel it, she does this little dash in. And what that means is now I'm -1 on block. So it's changed the frame data. That's interesting. I didn't know that. So instead of it being just +2, I imagine the dash, because she spends a couple of frames dashing in, that adds frames to the block advantage. So instead of making it plus, it's minus now, but it's still safe. So what the trick with Jacqui is to use this sort of pressure to get in until the opponent makes a mistake, and then make them punish them for it, basically. So you just want to get right up to their face and just start hitting them with these guard cancel moves. But that's very interesting. It makes sense though if the frame data is changed on the cancel. By the way, if you're confused as to what I mean by frame data and stuff, then I've got a video on this on my YouTube, which you're watching right now. So if you want to go back and look at it, it's called Explaining Frame Data and Sub-Zero Punishes, which explains exactly what frame data is, and strings and normals and everything like that. So give that a look, and it will illuminate you if you're a bit confused. But that's a very good string to have. So both of these strings are safe, but this is actually plus, so you can put a lot of pressure. And I guess the mix-up is as well whether or not you cancel it and what you can do off it. You can probably just hit them with 1-1s. Ah, okay, so it puts you out of range. Okay. Then her next one is forward 1-2, which is this, United We Fall. That's not cancelable, but that's -4 on block, so that's also safe. This is her main combo extender, mid-screen. I'll show you that at the end. So that's -4, so that's safe. 2-2, -6. I imagine this is special cancelable, yeah. I think all of her strings are special cancelable, yeah. Yeah. So 2-2 is her first unsafe string. I mean, I think that the most that they can get from that is a down 1 if they've got if they've got 6 frame down 1. You can actually cancel that too. So let's see. Ah! So, if you do 2-2, it's -6, but if you cancel it, it puts you at evens. So it goes from being unsafe to, say, oop, didn't mean to do that. Poor Devore just got elbowed. That's interesting. Okay. So her game plan is a little bit more technical than a normal character, because you have to keep in mind exactly which of her strings are cancelable and what you can do from each string. So it's going to be fun me going online when I forget all of this stuff and I'm like, why are all my moves getting punished, man? But we'll get to that. I'm sure we'll get to that when we get online. So makes it evens. And then we've got 2-2-4, which is a mid. Can you cancel with that? No. So that's, I guess that's the other mix up. Maybe you can cancel that on hit. No, it knocks him full screen. But I guess that is another part of the mix up. So either you're gonna do the whole string, or you're going to special cancel. So you can either do the whole string, or you can cancel it, or you can finish it off and you just boot them across the screen. So it's, okay, so she's got a finisher too. So that's -7. So that is actually unsafe. But I think that is, yeah, that is definitely special cancelable. So what this move does is it knocks you up. See, it blasts you away. So the only thing you can combo off of mid-screen is her Superman Punch. But again, I'll go through that at the end. I just wanted to show you the property of the move if it hits. Okay, so that's back 2-2. Forward 2-2. So it says rapidly. So forward 2 was just this weird uppercut thing. However, you press forward 2-2 rapidly, she actually has a Shoryuken. So it's sort of almost like a just frame, I guess. But you really gotta, I mean, you can see how quickly I'm pressing the button, and even then it's only coming out half the time. So you have to really mesh it hard. I mean, if you look I'll go through her combos later, but if you're fast enough, you can actually hit 2 of those mid combo. I mean, I've been watching Sonic Fox do it. Obviously, Sonic Fox is the best player in the world, so I'm only a little bit below his level, but I'm not quite yet at dash cancelling just frame moves. So, but what is that in block? -13. Alright, so that's super unsafe. So you wouldn't just do that in somebody's face. I guess that's quite a good anti-air as well, if you can do it fast enough. Yeah, I mean, you've really got to mash it out though. Sorry, 3-3. This double kick. So it was -9, I think, -10 by itself. But then, if you hit them with that, I think this actually has a crushing. Yeah. So this actually has a crushing blow attached to it as well, which bounces them up. So, do any of our others that have gone through already have a crushing blow? I didn't look at. Let me look at basic attacks as well quickly because I didn't check those. I think that was just uppercut. Yeah, her uppercut does. Okay. Yeah, so this 3-3 actually has a crossing blow if it's a counter or a punish. So, if they sick. Okay, so hold on. Oop. Oh, maybe I have to do something else. I don't know what Devora's moves do. And let's put her in the corner, because then she won't get pushed back. Oh. Why isn't it? Oh, sorry guys. I'm going to just put her in the corner. Don't know why it's not putting her in the corner. Yeah. Okay. So let's try this again. Oh man. There you go. So, we got there in the end, but as you can see, it's got a bounce up, which yeah, you can get a juggle from afterwards. So if you've got, a 10 frame, if you know their move is less than more than 10 frames they do on like a scorpion teleport or something, and you want to get the crushing blow, you can do 3-3, and it goes into that little animation and bounces them up in the air, and you get a crushing blow. Okay, so let's go through the rest of her moves. Okay, that's one of them. So you got back 3-2, which is a low. So back 3 was -7, so that's actually safe. And you can finish it off with an overhead. Oh, okay, so that's interesting. So you got low, mid, overhead. So you have to block that standing. So you can make that special cancelable, but she doesn't have any special cancelable lows anyway. And the overhead is actually unsafe, but it does push them away. So if you want to get a bit of distance, I mean, if you hit them with it, it'll knock them down anyway. Oops, sorry. But so yeah, that's interesting. That's back 3-2-4, and then you've got back 3-4, which is +4. So that's a frame. This will be a frame trap. If you, it looks really slow. So oh wait, it is really slow. It's 25 frames startup. So if you think that they're going to go for the back 3-4, you can probably jab them out of it, or you know, interrupt them, check them with a standing button. But if you hit with it, then that is definitely a frame trap, because then you can get them with probably 1-1 after that if they try and press buttons. Go for the throw. So yeah, she's got a lot of good mix-ups based on her frame data. So it's back 3-4. Based on the frame data of her strings and special moves. Just trying to remember all the cancelable moves I've got already. Okay, so forward 3. So this is the main Jacqui pressure tool. So forward 3 is -2, forward 3, 1 is also -2, and if you cancel it, it's also -2. So the mix up there is, what is she going to do? Is she going to just check you with it? Is she going to finish the string into a combo? Or is she going to cancel it, go for something else, go for a grab? So it's these sorts of tools, and I mean, you can see the range is quite far because she moves forward slightly as well. So to cancel it, if I haven't explained it already, you have to do the full string, input the full string. So you have to commit to it, basically. You have to put the full string, and then if you can see my commands, I'm pressing forward 3, 1, and then I'm pressing L2 quickly to cancel it. So you can't do forward 3, 1 and then decide, oh, I'm going to cancel it, or do forward 3 and then cancel it. You have to fully commit to the cancel. But yeah, this is Jacqui's main pressure option. She can probably, I mean, it's probably quite easy to hit confirm off it as well. I say it's quite easy to hit confirm it now, but I'm definitely going to fluff it up in a match. But yeah, you want to basically you use these moves to try and keep your turn as long as possible. So as I've said before, Mortal Kombat is almost a 3D, 2D fighting game, in the sense that it's not like a traditional 2D fighting game. It's more like Soul Calibur or Tekken, where, I mean, you take your turn, and then you have to. That's why certain characters have different frame. If everybody had the same frame data on their moves, then it wouldn't, there'd be no different gameplay. But depending on the frame data of your character and their abilities, like these cancels, it suggests to you how they're supposed to be played. So you want to be using this forward 3, 1 cancel to apply pressure, and even if they just keep blocking, they're in the corner after a couple of them, so it is quite good pressure because they're not going to want to get hit by it. And you can actually finish the string as well, so if they don't think you're going to cancel it with this knee, which is -6, which is unsafe, but again, that's the mix-up. Okay, and then she's got this last one, which I think is hit only. So I'll switch off blocking, see what it does. So you got forward 3. Okay, so if you hit confirm the first bit, and then you press 1 and 3 together, you get this little combo ender. So it puts them full screen. So that's interesting if you just want to finish off the match with the little string. Oh, did I just cancel? Oh yeah, it's only these last two anyway. So you got 4, 4. Is this like light? So you got the roundhouse, but then you've got this kick. Oh, let me put it in block. Sorry. This is 4, 4, which is actually unsafe, but you do sort of, I mean, if you look how long it takes Devora to put her hands down when she's recovered, yeah, I think that's essentially safe. And it's 4, 4. And then you got forward 4, 4, which is this whirlwind kick. I think mid as well. It looks high, but it's actually mid, and that is also safe on block as well. And I think you can special cancel it. You can. So that's interesting. You can special cancel that too, because this is what you use in her corner combos. But I'll show you that in a minute. Okay. So yeah, lots of good frame data on her moves. Lots of good cancels with her 1, 1, 2. With her 2, 2. And her forward 3, 1. I think those are the 3 main ones. Yeah, so basically you do these strings just to keep mixing the opponent up. Apply some pressure. Keep them guessing. Are you going to go for the grab? Are you going to go for a faster frame move? That's basically her game plan. But now we'll just have a look at her special moves. I'll just do these ones first. Okay, so switch off blocking. Well, actually, I'll leave blocking for now, just so you can see how minus they are on block. So this is what I was talking about. This is her shrapnel blast. This has replaced her machine guns from the last game, where she used to harass the living heck out of people from miles away. It is a projectile, even though it looks like a normal. So you do not want to be doing this from close range, because as you can see, it is, even though it's quite fast start up, it is ridiculously minus on blocks. You do not want to be doing this. I mean, I wouldn't really recommend doing it all with Jacqui, because it's not really about, her game plan isn't really about using projectiles, but I'd be very careful if you use that from close range, because that's super punishable. But a cool feature that it has, if you saw me just do it, if you do it in the air, she can actually change the trajectory of her jump. So if you're in mid-jump and you think, oh gosh, they've just thrown a fireball, and you want to get over it, you can actually use it. That's her down back one, by the way. You can actually use it to change your trajectory, and if you do it over the opponent, it actually hits them. So that's interesting. And then you've got up shrapnel blast, which is, I guess you would use as an anti-air. We use it up close. I mean, it doesn't even hit if you're standing point blank range. So yeah, this is used in her corner combo as well. But I guess you can use that as an anti-air and try and catch them out of the air. And you can actually amplify it. Oh! So if you amplify it, I didn't know that. If you amplify it, she actually shoots one straight. So that's, I mean, that's a bit of a fake out as well. They think, oh, you think, oh, she fired it up, and then boom. And you can actually hold it down as well. So that's interesting. I didn't know that. Then our other special move is this Superman punch, which is only -7. That's really interesting. I mean, it is a high, so you can duck it. And as you can see, it is at quite a high start up, and it goes quite far as well. I mean, how you get it from here? Yeah. So if we use this little bell as a... Yeah, so if the opponent predicts it, they can duck it and hit you with an uppercut, crushing blow, or, you know, however they choose to punish you, but it's super fast. So basically, you do this usually after if you block a projectile and you think they're going to throw another one, you hit them with it. And this also has a crushing blow attached to it if you hit them with it from full maximum range. So it's quite a good footsie tool if you think they're going to be throwing projectiles from a distance. Boom, just hit them with that crushing blow. Sorry. And then you do a whole buttload of damage. So, the other move that's specific to this variation, that's a big part of Jacqui's game plan, is this lethal clinch. So it's -18 on block. So if you don't hit confirm that, you're going to get punished to heck. But what you do is, I don't think you would just throw it out anyway. Well, I mean, you wouldn't, because she's got loads of pressure strings and normals that mean you don't need to throw that out. But what you do is, if it does hit, you have 4 options. So, yeah, if you don't do anything, then they break it. So I'll just show you that. And this doesn't actually do damage. Oh, it does. It does 20 damage by itself. Okay, so it's only a little bit of damage if you do hit with it. But you have 4 options. So you have these strikes, which you press by doing 4, and you can only hit with them 3. So whatever you do, you only have 3 hits. So if you grab them and you do 3 knees, it gets broken afterwards. So you have to grab them, and then you can do, if you press 1, that's this hard knockdown. If you press 2, it puts them in the corner. And if you press 3, it's the knee. So the main damaging combo ender that you would do to end a combo is you do 2 knees, and then so 4, 4, and then 3. However, what makes this another potentially devastating move is if you hit the other parts of this, then her elbow actually has a crushing blow attached to it. So if you grab, hit them with the knees, grab, hit them with a big knee. I'll reset it, sorry. 1, 2, 3. And then throw. So now The spear elbow drop should, yes, give you a crushing blow. So, that's the other part of it. So depending, if you're playing against a Jacqui, be careful and, I mean, there's not really much you can do about it, to be fair. If she hits you with it, it's not like it's a mix-up, but if she's going for the other two, then be prepared that if she's hit you with the knee and the belly to belly, then you're gonna, this is the next one, and you're gonna get crushing blowed and full comboed afterwards. Yeah, so that's a big part of her game plan. And then finally, her last special move is this grease kick. So if we see what it is on block first. So it's got three different versions, including the original. So two other versions, including the original version. So it's down back 4. So if you just press it, she does a kick and then a big kick, but she's minus 18. However, you can extend it by holding down 4, and you can see she does multiple kicks, which I didn't realise also pushes the opponent away. So it might make it a bit harder to... Let's see if we can see what it is on block. So we don't want to... So... it's hard to see what it is on block without... Actually, you can just look in the menu, duh. So it's minus 16 on block. So if you do it from far enough away, it looks like it's... I mean, it pushes them away, so they can still punish you though. Minus 16 is super unsafe. And then, but you can amplify. If you hold it down, you see that she boots it. This is her combo. This is her mid combo extender basically. So I can't hit it with this. So they're both minus 16. So if you somehow, if you block it right in front of your face, you can make sure that you can punish the heck out of that. Okay, so that's all her special moves. Now I'm going to try and hit a couple of combos. I apologise in advance, I won't do this for too long. But her two bread and butter combos will use the starter. It's forward, this one, and then and I think I've missed a move out. Yes. So let me just try that again. I just want to do this on the screen so you can actually see the moves as I'm doing them. Going ballistic, then grease kick, then United we fall, then lethal. So, have I got it on block still? No. Okay, so you hit with this, forward 3-1, then into grease kick, then it's a bit tricky, so what you have to do is you have to actually dash. So that knocks them up in the air. So that's the first part of it. Then what you have to actually do is hit the combo. Dash. So what, after you've hit the grease kick and you've launched them, you have to dash it immediately. The way I do it, I basically just mash dash. Because then you have to hit them with a forward. You have to dash, basically dash cancel the United we fall. And the only way that I've managed to hit that is by, as you can see, really dashing preemptively. But you actually have to hit 2 of those in the combo. I mean, you can end it there. You do about 300 damage, but you are missing a lot of damage off the table if you don't hit both. So let's try and get both now. So it is quite tricky to hit. Especially if you don't do it right the first time. So that's her bread and butter combo. I mean, it does a lot of damage, 321 damage, and as you can see, it more or less puts them in the corner. I mean, it knocks them quite far away from you. So if you want to end it with the overhead to keep them close to you, you know, or you want to end it with the belly to back to chuck them behind you, you can. But that's her normal bread and butter 1-bar combo. I would just be careful with the dashes, basically, because you have to really dash preemptively to hit that first united we fall, because otherwise you're just going to miss. You're just going to drop it. You've seen me drop it a couple of times, so just make sure that you're really trying to dash as soon as you see her. As soon as you see the character launched, you want to be dashing, because otherwise you're going to drop it. So that's her main mid-screen bread and butter combo. So if we take it to the left now, and I'll show you her corner combo. So for the corner combo, you start off the same way. Well, it's however you want to start it off. But we'll do Hawkeye, because this is actually special accountable, but mid-screen it knocks you away. But it actually starts off with a low, so it's a good mix-up tool in the corner. So we'll hit them with that. Then one of these to launch them. Then this. Then up shrapnel blast. Then forward. Where is it? Then this. And then these two. So it looks quite complicated. It is a bit tricky. It is a bit tricky. It took me a few goes this morning when I was practicing it. So, as you can see. So the trick is basically you have to hit the 4-4, the lost dog tags, when they are at the absolute apex of the so I'm not doing it fast enough. When they're the absolute apex of their in the air, that's when you hit for the 4-4. But then you have to cancel. You see, you have to cancel it really quickly into the shrapnel blast. So that was 3-2-6 without the start. So if we try and do the whole combo now. So 353 damage for a 1-bar 353 damage for a 1-bar combo. I mean, that is a lot. You can see how much life it's taken off. It's basically the numbers in the game, the numbers up there, I don't know why they do it in such a difficult way, but the numbers at the top are essentially percentages. So if it does 300 damage, that's 30%. If it does 350 damage, that's 35%. So yeah, the trick to that combo, as I said, when they're fully launched, you have to really make sure that they're at the tip of the grease kick. But yeah, that's it. So she's quite, I mean, she seems a little bit complicated in the sense that she's got a few mechanics that are specific just to her and not into. Oh yeah, let me show you the throw break combo as well, because that is super cool. It's one of my favorite. It's probably my favorite move of hers. So if you go to basic attacks, you'll see she has throws, but you can amplify her throw, as you see here, and it also has a crushing blow attached to it. So like a normal throw, let's just put them back in the middle. Like a normal throw, you break it by pressing whichever button is relevant to if you think they're doing forward or back. But Jacqui can actually add damage to her throw break. So I'll show you what that means. Sorry, let me just put this on record. So that's just a normal back throw. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to get hit by it, Oh no, I'm not. I didn't press the right button to amplify. You see? Take her down, and then arm break. And that was 140 damage. So yeah, thank you very much for watching the video. I'm going to go online now. If you like my videos, please like and subscribe. I've got a few more guides. I've got a Garrus one. Basically so I've done how to learn and how to punish. I mean, they're quite similar in the sense that they go over the character's frame data and options and special moves and normals and stuff like that, and their overall game plan. So yeah, if you like this, then please like or subscribe. Follow me on my Twitch at twitch.tv/sodiumgym, which is what I'm recording this on. And yeah, thank you very much. And I will see you online. I'm going to take her online now, and I'll probably put the highlights up on YouTube. So this is the last time you're going to see me smiling playing Jacqui. Thank you very much, guys. Take care.